the fire rises.
Hello everyone, how are you guys doing today? This is Ginda78, and let's start with the question. Is Kano a bottom tier character in Mortal Kombat 11? I'm afraid to say that yes, Kano is a bottom tier character. Before I start explaining why, I just would like to say that I don't care if Kano is a bottom tier or top tier, mid tier. I still enjoy play Kano. I'm not tier whore, so if you guys follow the channel, you guys gonna see that I was a Bane player, Swamp Thing player in Justice 2, and I used to play with Kano and Kotal Kahn in Mortal Kombat X. But I would like to have Kano with some better tools, make him a more competitive character, so I can go toe to toe with mid tier or even with top tier characters. So let's go for the main reasons why I think Kano is a bottom tier character in Mortal Kombat 11. So let's go straight to the point. What's the big problem, what's the major problem with Kano? Kano does not have a good mid, and this is very important in this game. If you take the good characters, the top tier characters in this game, like Sonya, Scorpion, and you can say Sub-Zero, and the mid-tier characters like Liu Kang, Cabal, and Noob Saibot, all those characters, they have good mids. Oh, let's not forget Aaron Black. So in this game, where the meta is to poke your opponent and go for a pressure, something that we do a lot in Street Fighter, Kano does not have an option to check your opponent with a good mid. So if you go for a down one, your next attack standing would be always a high attack. So as you can see, all of his strings, they start with a high attack. So you have 1-1, it's a high, it's a fast high, but still a high. You have standing 2, 2-2, high mid, and 2-4, high low. So it's very dangerous to trade pokes or try to go for pressure against characters like Geras, Sonya, Scorpion, Cabal, Liu Kang, and Sub-Zero. A lot of characters can check you and go for a safe mid most of the time, a fast mid. A lot of characters have a 9 frame mid. So after you poke with Kano, you are in trouble, because you have a big chance to get poked back if you go for pressure, or even get a full combo. Or even you can go for a poke and go for a high attack and receive a nice crushing blow, down to crushing blow. So you can say that Kano has some mids like back 3, back 2, and back 1. But as you guys can see, back 1 moves you backwards, so you can't do any pressure after that. The only thing you can do is a knife toss. Back 3 is a good movement, is a good button for with punishment and trip guard. If your opponent is jumping over you, you can just walk back and trip guard them and get a crushing blow. And let me show here. This one, you can say that it's a launcher, it's a free launcher, but it's very slow. As you guys can see, it has 14 frames. You can do some combos after that, nothing very fancy. You can go for 2-2 and 1+3, 1+2, 1+3, sorry. Or you can go even for a command grab. So you have some options here, but it's not a very good tool for pressure. So one thing that we can say for sure that Kano needs a better mid. I would say that standing 2 could be a mid. It would help Kane a lot because he could go for pressure after hitting a down 1, for example. It would be very good if Kano had a mid here. And one thing that I would like to have with Kano is more options for mix-up. So they say Kano is a mix-up character. What is it? A mix-up character is a character that can go for a command grab, for a combo, for an overhead, a low attack. But the main problem with Kano, I guess, is the risk-reward factor, because everything you do with Kano is very risky and the reward is not as good as it should be. So Kano is not a character that does too much damage. You can see almost 300. Okay, it's good, but it's a combo that starts for high, and as Kano does not have an overhead attack in the middle of his combos and his only overhead starter is this one, your opponent will be always ducking low, so it's very hard to connect a combo with Kano. One thing that I would like to add to make Kano a better character is to have an option for a string that ends with a low. For example, 2-2. You guys can see that it ends with an overhead. Would be nice if you had an option to end with a low attack. Like Collectors. Collector has a string that can end with an overhead or a low attack. Even if it was unsafe, would be nice to add to his mix-up game. As you guys can see, Kano is not a bad character, but I think the main problem is that the other characters are much better than him in everything. So Kano is not a zoner. His zoning is just alright. You have characters like Sonya, even Sonya, that supposed to be a mix-up character, has better zoning than him. He does not do too much damage, and his mix-up options are very easy to predict. So I think those are the main problems with Kano. And just one more thing, Kano has some weird stuff, like this string. As you guys can see, forward 1, it's a high, and the second hit, forward 1-2, it's a high. So I don't know how many characters in this game have a string that has 2 highs in a row. It's very unsafe because it's very easy to predict. Your character will have all the time in the world just to duck and do a crushing blow. And the one thing that I find more weird here, the weirdest thing, is that the second hit does not do any damage. You see, the first hit, 30 damage, 3% damage, and the second hit, 30% damage. I don't know if it's a bug or it's supposed to be like that, but I find it very weird. And you have another weird stuff like his Kano ball. You can see it's a mid. If you mirror burn, the second hit is a mid, but like I showed in the other video, if you are ducking and not blocking, the second hit, even being a mid, the amplify 1, will go over opponent. I think it's a problem for hitbox, like the Vorus combos that goes overhead your opponent. I think it could be fixed. So here is my take on Kano. So I think Kano is not a bad character, but he still needs a mid to be a competitive character. And I think it's not easy, it's not hard, I mean, to make Kano better in the game. And what about you guys? What do you guys think about Kano? Do you think Kano is overpowered? Do you think Kano is very weak? What do you guys think? And what to do to make Kano a better character? So this is it for today, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I see you soon.